You can call it a super team of crime fighters and not quite the Avengers, but nearly as effective this year with arrests up and crime down in most categories.
Their end of the year results show big improvements citywide. And Eyewitness News reporter Sue Kalberg talked to the police chief about the success of the Violent Crime Task Force.
The Violent Crime Task Force, where a number of local agencies share resources and intelligence, made more than 3,000 drug arrests.
I don't think it could be working out any better than it is right now.
730 gang members went to jail. They cleared more than 9,000 outstanding warrants.
Our arrest numbers are up 64%.
And the seizures of contraband, more than 400,000 grams. And these are drugs that are used in like fingernail size quantities, and they've seized almost 1,000 pounds, right?
Yeah. These officers and detectives are being so proactive.
The task force also took more than 1,000 weapons off the streets and cash.
1.17.
That's $1.17 million. One troubling category remains. In East San Antonio, the numbers for murder and capital murder were up 60% back in March. Now, it's 22%. What can we look forward to in the year ahead?
Hopefully the same thing and even better.
At KENS5.com, you'll find a link where you can look at specific stats for your very own neighborhood. Sue Kalberg, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.